Hi family, I'm back. Okay, so I am doing this video. It's probably already in the description box and you already know what I'm about to say. Anyway, the 5 contributing factors to my successful VBAC. One was talking to women who had a successful vaginal delivery after C-section. I so happened to know 2 women, and one of them I was really able to go in depth with, with her story, and she gave me some things that she believed that helped her. So I took it and ran with it, honey. I ran with it. So that was the second thing that I believe contributed to it was hiring a doula. I really did not know how important a doula was until talking to my cousin who had her successful VBAC, and just after doing some research, it just makes sense. And with my first 2 pregnancies, during my first pregnancy, I wanted to get a doula, but I got advice from some friends that, you don't really need a doula. You can already, learn how to breathe through your contractions and you're fine, And so I was like, okay, I'm all about doing it yourself. If you don't have to pay somebody, I'm all for it. But, yeah, that didn't go well. And this time I saw the value of having a doula. Yes, I paid money, but I know that if I had handled it on my own, I would not have known when it was time to go to the hospital. And see, with a VBAC, especially when you've previously been diagnosed with failure to progress, it's kind of like an expectation that it's going to be that way again. So you want to be very, very careful of when you get to the hospital. You don't want to be a VBAC and at the hospital when you're 5 centimeters. You don't want to be there because they start the time clock and now you have to deliver a baby within their time restraints. So the third thing I did, Hypnobabies class. I love that class. I actually want to take it again. I honestly was a horrible student. I was a horrible student. But I learned so much. There was so much to learn as far as not just your body, but also how to deal with the hospital, and how to help your partner. And it really helped, having your partner with you. So even if it's not your boyfriend or your husband, but still someone, you still want to have somebody to be with you during your birth process or your labor process. And so you could still take that class with your friend or your mom or your girlfriend, whoever, Whoever your partner is, find one when you take this class. Because during the class, they help your partner understand what you're going through and what you possibly would be going through and how to help you through that process. And just the whole philosophy of Hypnobabies is phenomenal, and it makes sense. It really does. So you learn about your body, you learn about the process of labor, you learn about the process of birth, and you learn about how to deal with the hospital. You and your partner learn what you possibly would be going through and how your partner can help you without interrupting you during your labor process and your birth process. And then there are also things you learn about after birth and all that goodness. It was just a phenomenal class, and I recommend every woman who is pregnant, plans to be pregnant, to take that class. That is an amazing class. Fourth thing I did was see a chiropractor. I saw a chiropractor regularly. And I'm pretty sure. So my previous pregnancies, I've had that sciatica nerve where I would stand up and I would just have that sharp pain shoot up, and I just gotta stay and pause for a moment. That was bad. But with my last pregnancy, I didn't have that issue. I didn't even feel pregnant. I didn't feel pregnant. I promise. Like sometimes I would turn and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I'm pregnant. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All the way up till I was about 30, excuse me, till about 38 weeks. That's when my prodromal labor started. So before then, I was still squatting. I was still doing my thing, running around with my 4 kids. I felt good. And so that was also great because, my chiropractor knew different things to help me, just get labor started, get it going, and he gave me some tips for my husband to do for me at home. I know that, it helped to keep my pelvis, intact and loosened up the ligaments that, stretched during the whole pregnancy. So I recommend seeing a chiropractor from the day you figured out you knew that you were pregnant. Honestly, I mean, I found out I was pregnant at 4 months, so I didn't have that much time. Yeah, I know. Pregnancies for me are just delightful. I honestly wish that I could just keep getting pregnant. I love pregnancy. Anyhow, but no, we're taking a break. Yeah. So the 5th thing was exercise regularly, like just about every day. If I didn't exercise in a day, like it had to be like something like really bad that happened. I was in class at the same time. I was taking some classes. So anyway, I exercised regularly. And for most of my pregnancy, it was during the winter. So I had to exercise inside the house. So what I did, I stretched every morning. And I stretched before I went to bed. But for exercise, I would literally just put on music and dance. Like, of course, Afro beats and my Haitian folklore music, my Haitian music, Afro beats, all of that. Just, that's what I did. And my children and I, we would just dance and dance and dance and dance. We had a great time. It was like our little fun activity. The kids always looked forward to it. My 4 boys. So, they'll just be like, Mommy, are we going to dance yet? Are you going to put on music? And I'm like, I'm glad you reminded me. So I felt great. I had a lot of energy. I barely felt like I was pregnant. Like, I would literally walk in my bathroom and I'm like, oh, yeah, girl, you pregnant. So, that's what I did. So the 5 things I talked to a girl who had a successful VBAC. So if you don't have anybody to talk to, please inbox me, okay? I'll talk to you. It's no problem. Inbox me. And look for happy pregnancy stories. Okay, I'm sure there are tons of successful VBAC stories that are online and accessible to you. So listen to happy birth stories. Happy. Okay, happy. Successful VBAC stories and all that goodness. All right, I can just keep talking and talking and talking. But yes, I'm so glad that you have taken the time to watch my video. Please do comment, subscribe, and like. Love you so much. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. And I'll be hitting you back with more videos to come.